Hello, DebV. I have a new toy. No, I did not do it unboxing video. I have a bad back. I can't lift all that out anyway. So my son carried it into the house, took it all out, and set it up for me. And I'm going to show you what I got. All right, now I ordered this from Ken's Sewing Center. I think if you type in Ken's Sewing, it's going to get it. And I bought the Baby Lock Meridian. I mean, they've come out with the Meridian 2, blah, blah, blah. I do believe the Baby Lock is actually going to discontinue making this. It can be upgraded, and I ordered the upgrade. It's being drop shipped from Baby Lock. They don't carry them in stock in the store, so that's fine. There's so much to learn on this machine. We will start now and work forward when the upgrade comes. I will figure out how to do all that, and I'll probably film it. I watched a video on it, and she said, at the very end, I'm going to show you how to actually do the upgrade to your machine. And then at the very end, she forgot, or it got edited out or something. It wasn't there. And I was like, well, I'm sure it's very simple. Probably is on a USB drive, or I link to download it. We'll see when it comes. But this is the extras that I got from Ken's. This doesn't necessarily come with your machine. Now, the only way to get the $39.99 price is to order it from Baby Lock. And every day I kept kind of checking to see if anybody was going to meet it. I did call a couple of places. They said that's their wholesale price. They couldn't afford to do it. And I understand. I mean, you can't stay in business if you don't make a profit. Ignore all the stuff around. That is my bucket full of circles for my cathedral window. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get down on my knees, and it takes a second. Okay, so it came with, there are pre-wound bobbins and some needles. Actually, looks like quite a bit. Hold on. Guess I should have taken that out of the bag beforehand. Didn't think that far ahead. I'm actually supposed to be working on t-shirts for my niece right now. And I did start, I cut out some of the HTV for like the front. She wants it out of HTV. And then I thought, you know what? I got to play with this machine. It's killing me. So it came with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pre-wound bobbins sample. I'll probably just include, though, it takes the same size bobbin as my Flourish 2. And I have a whole box. Well, close to a box. How's that? Of pre-wounds. So I'll probably include these with the Flourish when I sell it. Now, the needles, if I can get them out, we have our, yeah, can you see them? I don't have my glasses on. Okay, a pack of Schmetz Universal 68. I never use those. 7010. Okay, come out. We have gold. Can you see it? Because I can't. Hold on. 75/11s and 90/14s. That's nice. Now I can't pick them up. Good Lord. All right. It comes with a Baby Lock sewed 60-day trial. There should be a code in there, so I'm not going to flip through that. Now remember, this was not from Baby Lock. This was from Ken's Sewing Center. So it came with the Summer 24 color thread kit. Look, there's neons in there. No neon green, though. You know how hard it is to get the neon green? Oh, well. Anyhow, beautiful. I really didn't need more thread. but I'll definitely keep it. It has the Meridian Inspirational Guide. That was free with this. And, oh, it's bound, wire bound, so you don't tear it all up when you're flipping it. And it came with, and there we go. There's the name, Ken's Sewing and Vacuum Center. Let's say the whole thing. There's all the information, as a matter of fact. Let me hold that for a second. Yeah, I know. I'm holding this in my hand. So this is the variety pack stabilizer that it came with. Actually, quite a bit when you get down to it. Now, the water-soluble topping, you use so little and you got 10 yards, so it's going to last me a while. I've still got the sample from before. Medium tearaway, medium cutaway, and no-show. Cool? Cool. The hoop is 9.5, the largest hoop. Okay, yeah, that's the big beast. The largest hoop is actually 9.5, if I can even get it in the shot. Yeah, this is a little quick guide that the machine came with. It is 9.5 by 14. Huge. It does not come with the 8 by 12. And I figure I'm going to order one of those. I like one of each size. I don't need to worry about, say, the 6 by 10 and all that other stuff, because my hoops for my Flourish 2 fit it. And I have bought tons of extras. So when I sell that machine, I can give them hoops and still have one of each of them because they're everywhere. And I had just bought more. So this is the other one that it comes with. They have a special code for the app so that you can take a picture of your fabric or whatever inside of it and upload it from the app to your machine and precisely place your stitching, which is great. Great idea. Unfortunately, I cannot find an IQ hoop because I checked. Each one is different. The coating on the end, yeah, it goes by the hoop size. So I can't just fake it for a 6 by 10 or, let's see, I've got a 5 by 7 and a 9.5 by 14. And besides that, I own a 6 by 6 and a 6 by 10 and a 4 by 4. You can purchase it with the code lines for a 4 by 4 and a 9.5 by 9.5, but not for the 6 by 6, 8 by 8, or 6 by 10. Bummed, so bummed. I can get the 9.5, but it's still a lot of extra space, and you want your hoop to fit what you're making. Right now, my favorite hoop is a 6 by 6. I'm using it for everything. So I was really disappointed to find out I couldn't get that with the IQ. But hey, maybe in the future, I don't know. If we all contact Baby Lock and say, hey, well, you know what we really need? Maybe they will. Or at least sell us stickers to put on them. Anyhow, this is the huge machine that I can't even, let's see, back up. And I so lucked out because the table I was using was so much smaller. And I decided I wanted to get an electric desk over here. So I saved up and I bought an inexpensive one. It does shake a bit. It might come across in videos. But it just fits, right? Once I got rid of my old desk, I could fit it in. Hence the reason I got rid of the old desk, to be honest. I wanted a bigger embroidery table. And to get this one, I had to make sure it would fit on this spot because I can't afford to buy another table. Not right now. So, yeah, it fit. As you can see, barely. down here. And I haven't used the big hoop, so hopefully that's enough room in the back. I did measure it. They don't give you the measurement how much distance that you need in the back that I was able to find. So hopefully it does. But I took the big hoop and I put it behind it at the farthest distance I thought it could go. And it came real close to the wall. So I'm really hoping that the first time I use it, it doesn't bang anything. Let me get my hand free so I can turn this puppy on. It does take it a second. You know, it has so much more brain going on in there than my Flourish 2 had. I'm sorry, my fingers, I'm trying to hold this thing. I should have put it on the handheld. You know what? Hold on a second. I will be right back. Okay, now we're going to try it again. I put it on a little tripod that the legs fold up and you can hold it in your hand. Unfortunately, it also shut my camera off at first, so I have no idea if that shut down properly or not. Let's hope. So it has a screensaver, and I haven't loaded many pictures in or anything. Next time my grandson comes over, he has to sit and try to hold my cats, and so I can take a bunch of pictures and try to use them for screensavers. Hey, might as well personalize it, right? But you just touch the screen like anything else, and it's going to do its little yeah, where this unit sits, all that had been free space, and I would use it for like lining up my threads, that kind of thing, and now it's gone. I know, you see a lot of clutter. I have so many hobbies, and they are all packed into this tiny little room, all against the walls. Every bit of the wall space is gone. If you hear noise, it's because, you know, it's Saturday and family is going in and out, starting to get the garden ready, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm back. Have no idea how much I'll have to splice out. My husband didn't, I forgot to turn the sign. I was going to move the boxes so I could work on those t-shirts for my niece, and that, yeah, once this stuff gets put someplace, it's going to stay there. So let's go ahead and do this video. I'm trying to concentrate on one thing at a time, and I'm not very good at it. Okay, so I do have a dilemma here. I'm going to have to, as you can see, I use this for the big spools that I have. And yes, you will see, you know, junk sitting there. I try to contain it as much as possible. But I have this thing that I had on my bobbin thing for the old machine so that the thread could run up to the top, right? That it just tangled less. I had switched it over. I used to do it the same way as I've got this one going, but it kept tangling. So I had bought this little thingy, and it had worked on that. But when I try to put it on this, oh, there we go. Ha ha, I got it. See? And yes, it will spin around. And now I'll be able to, it's got sticky on there. I don't, oh, it was taped to something. Anyhow, then when I thread my machine the next time, or when I go to use it, I will run it through that. And that just helps to keep the thread upward, I think, and I get less tangles. And it is really easy to thread. I didn't even open the book before I went ahead and threaded it because, you know, I'm like a 2-year-old. I gotta have it now. So once I checked in my 6x6 hoop, this is my project cart. I might as well show you. Let me get everything out of the way. Be right back. So I've got a cutting board, and can you see it? This is double-sided tape in between to hold it steady. I found it at Myers. I have hunted and hunted. I did a search online. I couldn't find one that would fit between these handles and come across this and not be way too big. Now, I really wanted 15 and a half, and I ended up with 16. So, as you can see, I set it down and I went whack, and it's in there. So, I ended up pretty much losing this hole. If I keep pulling on it, it will come up. I just don't feel like doing that. And I had bought some little S hooks and put on the edges before I did that so I can hang scissors and such, right? And the project I'm working on is that cathedral window quilt in the hoop. This is my new baby. And you set it up on through your Wi-Fi. I did see this video. This man shows you how you can do it without using your Wi-Fi. If you don't, say, have internet, or you don't want to use your Wi-Fi, you don't want it there for everybody to see or whatever. He got a router and he's got it set by his machine. He plugs it in, he turns it on. Now it's automatically its own. How did they call it? It's not internet, it's intranet, I think is what it's called. I can't remember. It's been probably 20 years since I, built computers, and maybe even longer. I'm getting really old, and I can't remember most of that stuff. I wasn't that good at it. I couldn't remember names. I knew how to do it. I just couldn't explain it to someone else. And so, people want to know what you're doing to their computer. And I couldn't tell them because I couldn't remember the words to describe it. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so he took the Wi-Fi, he took the router, and he turns it on, and he has this machine find it. And it has password on the bottom of it. They come with the password on a label on the bottom, normally on the bottom. So he plugged it in, he got it all set up, and then he hooked this up to that internet. And then he hooked his app on his phone up to that one. And that way it was completely separate from his other stuff, which is a good idea, I guess, if you're making videos and you don't really want people like, I named my Wi-Fi psycho neighbor. And now I've got neighbors. There's one that's Batman. Nobody had ever changed them before around here. So we've gotten in some new people, I think. Well, mine will pop up on theirs, and they have no idea who's psycho neighbor. The house full of men over there where they're always yelling at each other. That would be the psycho neighbor. Men never agree on anything, I don't think so. Between two sons and my husband out there deciding how something has to be repaired, there's usually a little bit of spitting and hollering. I don't know what to tell you. I just stay in the house, in my back room, door closed. It's safer that way. And all that meowing is because I shut that door and my cat is flipping out. He has to have access to me. But anyhow, I digress. I do that a lot. So this is my new toy, and we will be playing on it. And yes, I have stitched with it. It is beautiful. It stitches beautiful. Let me switch you. Okay, I'm pretty sure this one was from my Flourish 2. Unfortunately, I did 2 last night, goofing around with it. I had to play. And then I didn't keep them separate. So I'm pretty sure that this is the Flourish 2. And this is the Baby Lock. Or the Meridian. Huh? Looks great, all the same. Beautiful. Seriously, I really can just yak on and on and on. From this point on, I did nothing but do a tour of my back room and how I had recreated my sewing table, and I am so sorry. I can't help myself. So, you're staring at a still screen of my editing. This is where I cut that off. And I just wanted to be able to say thank you so much for joining me. I do love my new toy. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.